Welcome back to the Dividend Diplomats YouTube channel. Got your boys here, Lanny and Bert, the Dividend Diplomats. In today's video, we're going to look at a dividend king, and we're going to answer the question, does Johnson & Johnson still have the juice, Lanny? Is Johnson & Johnson ready to explode here in the rest of 2025?
Smash that subscribe button, guys. Give us a nice thumbs up. Welcome back to the Dividend Diplomats, guys. We're here to talk about a nice passive income producing stock, iconic top 5 foundation stock, Johnson & Johnson. Filming this on July 10th, guys, at 10:30 at night because dividends don't sleep.
First, before we talk about J&J, though, we have some housekeeping. Last week, we had a swag giveaway where we said if you get our Bert's $50,000 SCHD position video to 300 likes, we're going to pick a winner to get some DD swag. You guys did it. You supported us. You even helped us get over 21,000 subscribers, everybody. So the big winner, Lanny, you ready for the reveal? Here, let's get a drum roll, please. Rich Man. Oh, Rich Man 101. Shoot us an email. Drop us an email at dividenddiplomats@gmail.com, and we will work with you to get some fresh DD swag of your choosing, whether it's a sweatshirt, shirt, hat, coffee mug, our favorite. We'll talk to you about it via email. Let's go.
Whoa, congrats, Rich Man. Thanks for rocking with the DD over here, guys. But it's time to get into Johnson & Johnson stock. Bert, again, this is a dividend king, over 50 years of growing dividends. Bert, they've had a lot of things happen over the last 5 years, with the big, especially with the big spinoff that they had back in, was that 2023?
It was 2023. It feels so long ago, but they spun off their consumer health division, Kenvue. All the big popular brands that everybody flocked to J&J for, like us, are now gone. They are focused pretty much like every other pharmaceutical company, pumping out new drugs, getting the new pipeline, slimmed down, focused, and are heavy in the pharma and biotech sector in 2025.
Yeah. All about pharma here with Johnson & Johnson. No longer that, oh yeah, we know all the brands in the store type of stock.
No.
But yet they continue to churn and burn just like they used to, just like good old reliable used to in the dividend growth front.
Yeah.
But the problem is that this stock price has lagged the overall stock market. Obviously, S&P 500 hitting all-time highs every day lately. But Johnson & Johnson still depressed over the last few years, up only 10% in 5 years, Bert.
I know, and that's what's due. So we're going to talk through what are some positive factors that Johnson & Johnson has going for it, some potential headwinds that could hold them back. We'll look at a quick look here at some financials over the last 5 years, and then we'll run them through our stock screener. Let's start with these positive factors here, Lanny. They have a massive drug pipeline, and they have a lot of drugs that are approved. You see headlines every week when you go to Seeking Alpha that says Johnson & Johnson, late stage trial. Johnson & Johnson, the FDA approved this and this. Last earnings release, they called it out too. They said they've made some huge headwinds on a Crohn's disease drug. They've got a lot of new data for Rybrevant, overall survival in non-small cell lung cancer. So, hey, they're hitting some big areas. Crohn's is a massive disease, working on some cancer drugs. They're focused on getting some big rocks, some big drugs that will eventually help a lot of people and generate a lot of revenue for J&J.
Yeah. I mean, it's amazing that they're actually almost at 100 billion in total revenue here, and they'll be there in no time, honestly. And net income is starting to get back to where they used to. Margin is staying very solid, as you were saying, Bert, right around that 70% threshold.
Yeah.
Again, this company is still doing very well, especially with most of the headwinds getting behind them. I know the lawsuit on the talc powder, trying to get that behind them. I think that'll be really nice once that chapter is closed.
Yes, and that was a big news of things going behind them there. They had a settlement rejected for, I've seen 4 different numbers for this settlement when we were doing research for this. I saw an $8 billion, $9 billion, $10 billion figure from Reuters.
$100 billion.
Yeah, so they're rejecting that level of settlement. You still don't really know what the open ended could be, but it's just interesting. They continue to grow sales and grow that net income. and build up that cash flow despite the unknown of what this payout's going to be. Some other headwinds. This isn't exactly a pharmaceutical friendly political environment. A lot of pharmaceutical companies are struggling. We talked about that as an industry in a previous video about a week ago, how pharmaceuticals under attack. They might even get tariffs imposed on them. You've seen some news articles around there. So that's holding back Johnson and Johnson, AbbVie, and a lot of the other Pfizer's and the big pharma stocks too, and might do so over the next 4 years.
So with all of that discussion, even with J&J raising guidance despite everything that's going on right now, is this a powerhouse dividend stock to buy right now? Is Johnson & Johnson's stock price about to actually take off, given the laggards, given the increasing guidance, given their ability to try to close out these chapters, which I think they will? Bert, it's time to run them through the gosh damn Dividend Diplomat stock screener, focused on those three beautiful metrics of the PE ratio, the payout ratio, and dividend growth. We'll look at dividend yield and how the stock price has been truly performing here, guys. But let's do it, Bert. Let's rip the Band-Aid on J&J, no pun intended.
Their current price, well, it's not a pun intended anymore, because they punted that. We're not ripping the Band-Aid off of Kenvue today, are we? Kidding. All right, Johnson & Johnson, price $157.69, earnings per share $10.63. Lanny, that is a price to earnings ratio of 14.83.
Yeah, guys. I mean, again, a low PE in this ever so high stock market. That is a great sign here and pretty commensurate with the pharmaceutical industry right now. Possibly higher than Pfizer. Even though Pfizer's actually been on a tear, like I fucking said so about 2 or 3 weeks ago, guys. If you know, you know. But let's get into that dividend payout ratio, paying $5.20 per year, $1.30 per share per quarter. It's always here. It's always great. It's that perfect payout ratio, 49 gosh damn percent.
Yeah, that 5-year dividend growth rate is 5.4%. They have increased their dividend king for 62 years. That last dividend increase was right in line with their 5-year average. It was a hair below at 4.8%. But I'd say that's pretty much right in line with where they've been the last 5 years and probably where they're going to be for the next few years as they ramp up that pipeline.
Yeah, Pfizer's up 6%, by the way, in the last month. Son of a bitch. Now, if we get
sounds like they gave some of those gains back. I thought they came down. They were up much. They were up, I thought, pretty high. I don't know. I have to look at the chart.
Yeah. Oh, my chart's not going to show.
Oh, yeah. It's all right. I'll paste the chart over there so you're not looking at the
it's all linear up.
Yeah.
It actually hit a month high was today.
No, all right. I guess I was wrong. 6%. That's a solid pickup for Pfizer. So, all right, Johnson & Johnson yield is 3.3%, even though it's come down a little bit because they are up 9% year to date, 5.52% over the last 52 weeks, and nearly 11% over the last 5 years. That's Johnson & Johnson, everyone.
Keep in mind, J&J was trading close to $1.70 back in February/March of this year, so still down, call it almost 10% since the high of 2025.
And that's why when you look at the chart, their stock chart, we'll put it up here in the last year, it's a lot of this. Like there's a lot of up, down, up, down, up, down. So you're asking yourself, if Pfizer's up 6%, Johnson & Johnson's on a little bit of a run here, can the run just continue and shoot up versus coming back down? Can Johnson & Johnson break through to get back to 180 or even possibly try to close in on 200 by the end of the year? There was some good news with that pipeline. There was that top line revenue growth. In that guidance, Lanny, that guidance was increased in April when the talks of tariffs, when the talks of the new administration were already going on. So it's not as if they did all of this and then, oh, surprise, all this stuff happened. It was very known that these headwinds were going to face them. So that's why they have signs that they could break out here for J&J.
Right. I like this. I like the stock. I like the metrics right now, guys. I think if you're looking for a foundational dividend growth stock for a staple in anybody's portfolio, I think it's a great stock to buy right now. Not professional advice. But.
All right, everyone. Let us know what you think of Johnson & Johnson. Do you think this stock can break out here, or is there another stock that you think is going to get ready for a run in the second half of 2025?
Guys, oh man, let us know if you also think J&J is a great dividend stock period, guys. Like the gosh darn video. Subscribe to your broskies here, guys, because there's one thing we got to tell you. You're either with us or you're against us, Jack. That was Bert and Lanny from the Dividend Diplomats. Over and out.